Today, everyone, I'm going to discuss the implementing rules and regulations of the Republic Act 7875 as amended, or otherwise known as the National Health Insurance Act of 2013, Title 1 to Title 3. So let's first discuss this Title 1, which is the guiding principles and objectives. It starts with Let's start with declaration of principles. So it is hereby declared that the policy of the state shall adopt an integrated and comprehensive approach to health development, which shall endeavor to make essential goods, health, and other social services available to all the people at affordable cost and to provide free medical care to paupers. So this healthcare program will prioritize other privileged, sick, elderly, persons with disabilities or the PWDs, women and children, and provide free healthcare services to indigents. Next title, the membership and contributions. So Rule 1, the coverage, Section 4, which is the objective. So it shall be mandatorily covered. All Filipinos shall be mandatorily covered under the program. The implementation of the program shall ensure sustainability of coverage and continuous enhancements of the quality of service. So it shall be compulsory in all the provinces, cities, and municipalities nationwide, notwithstanding the existence of the LGU-based health insurance program. So the corporation, the OH, LGUs, and other agencies, including NGOs and other national government agencies, shall ensure that members in such localities shall have access to quality and cost-effective healthcare services. So what is the nature and scope of this membership and contributions? So the program shall cover the following members under dependents: members in the formal economy, those with formal contracts and fixed terms of employment, including workers in the government and private sector, whose premium contribution payments are equally shared by the employee and the employer. So these have the employee and employer relationship. So first is the government employee. So employee of the government, whether regular, casual, or contractual, who render services in any of the government branches, military or police force, political subdivisions or agencies or instrumentalities, including GOCCs, or the government-owned and controlled corporations, financial institutions with original charter, constitutional commission, or constitutional commissions, and is occupying either an elective or appointed position regardless of the status of the appointment. So private employee. So an employee who renders services in any of the following: corporations, partnership or single proprietorships, NGOs, operatives, nonprofit organizations, and many more. Next is the foreign governments or international organizations with quasi-state status based in the Philippines, which entered into an agreement with the corporation to cover their Filipino employees in the Philhealth. Another private employee, which include the foreign business organizations based abroad with agreement with the corporation to cover the Filipino employees in Philhealth. Next is all other workers rendering services, whether in government or private offices, such as job order, contractors, project-based contractors, and the like. Owners of micro enterprises, owners of small, medium, and large enterprises, household help, as defined in the Kamsang-Bahay law, family drivers. Next is the members in the informal economy. The sector would include but are not limited to the following: migrant workers, informal sector, is the self-earning individuals, Filipinos with dual citizenship, naturalized Filipino citizens, citizens of other countries working and or residing in the Philippines. So these foreign citizens with valid working permits and or alien certificate of registration, or the ECRs, working and or residing in the Philippines. The indigent, as I have defined earlier. Sponsored member. So it is a member whose contribution is being paid by another individual, government agency, or private entity according to the rules as may be prescribed by the corporation. Next is the lifetime member. So it is a member who has reached the age of retirement under the law and has paid at least 120 monthly premium contribution. Lifetime members shall include but not limited to the following. First, the retirees pensioners from the government sector. Ret- Retirees, pensioners from the government sector. These include old age retirees and pensioners of the GSIS, including the non-uniformed personnel of the AFP, PNP, BJMP, and BFP who have reached the compulsory age of retirement before June 24, 1997, and retirees under the Presidential Decree 408. GSIS disability pensioners prior to March 4, 1995. GSIS retirees who have reached the age of retirement on or after March 4, 1995 and have at least 120 months Philhealth premium contributions. Retirees pensioners who are members of the judiciary who have reached the age of retirement and have at least 120 months Philhealth contributions. Retirees who are members of the constitutional commissions and other constitutional offices who have reached the age of retirement and have at least 120 months Philhealth contributions. Next, the retirees pensioners from the private sector. So these are SS pensioners prior to March 4, 1995, SSS permanent total disability pensioners prior to March 4, 1995, SSS death survivorship pensioners prior to March 4, 1995, SSS old age retirees who have reached the age of retirement on or after March 4, 1995 and have at least 120 months PhilHealth premium contributions. Another is the uniformed members of the AFP, PNP, BJMP, and BFP. So uniformed personnel of this AFP, PNP, BJMP, and BFP who have reached the compulsory age of retirement before June 24, 1997 and retirees under Presidential Decree 408. So another is uniformed members of AFP, PNP, BJMP, and BFP who have reached the compulsory age of retirement on or after June 24, 1997, being the effectivity date of RA 8291, which excluded them in the compulsory membership of the GSIS and have at least 120 months PhilHealth premium contributions. Next is the members of the Philhealth who have reached the age of retirement as provided by law, which is 60, optional retirement age, and 65, which is the compulsory age, um, retirement age, and have met the required premium contribution of at least 120 months, regardless of their employers or sponsors' areas in the contribution is not included in the sponsored program nor declared as dependent by their spouse or children. Rule number 2, which include the general provisions concerning all members. So in PhilHealth identification number and health insurance ID card, it shall as the corporation shall assign a permanent and unique PhilHealth identification number or PIN to every member, including each and every dependent of the heirs. So it shall facilitate the issuance of health insurance ID card containing the PIN for purposes of identification, eligibility, verification, and utilization recording. So it shall be accompanied by a clear explanation on the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of a PhilHealth member and the list of PhilHealth accredited healthcare providers. Replacement of health insurance ID card. So a member may request for replacement of the health insurance ID card due to loss or wear and tear upon payment of fees for issuance of a new card. What are the requirements for the registration of members and dependents? So a person intending to register with the program regardless of membership category, whether informal or formal economy, shall submit to the corporation a properly accomplished prescribed membership registration form whereby the member shall certify the truthfulness and accuracy of the information provided, including the list of declared qualified legal dependents. Next is the emancipated individual or single parent. So it is any person who is below 21 years of age, married or unmarried but with a child shall be enrolled as a member. Remittance of a premium contribution. So it shall be mandatory for all the members. It shall be made to PhilHealth offices or any accredited collecting agents. So failure to remit um, the appropriate premium contributions shall be subject to interest and penalties as prescribed by the corporation without prejudice to other applicable penalties herein provided. So the effectivity. So the membership shall take effect upon enrollment and payment of the required premium contribution.
Section 37, Benefit Package. Members and their dependents are entitled to the following minimum services, subject to the limitations specified in the Act and as may be determined by the corporation. A. Inpatient care, room and board. Number 2. Services of healthcare professionals. Number 3. Diagnostics, laboratory and other medical examination services. 4. Use of surgical or medical equipment and facilities. 5. Prescription drugs and biologicals, subject to the limitations of the Act. And 6. Health education. B. Outpatient medical and surgical care. 1. Services of healthcare professionals. 2. Diagnostic, laboratory, and other medical services. 3. Personal preventive services. 4. Prescription drugs and biologicals, subject to the limitations of the Act. And 5th, health education. C. Emergency and transfer services. D. Health education packages. And E. Such other healthcare services that the corporation and the Department of Health shall determine to be appropriate and cost-effective. These services and packages shall be reviewed annually to determine its financial sustainability and relevance to health innovations, with the end in view of quality assurance, increased benefits, and reduced out-of-pocket expenditure. Section 38. Excluded personal health services. The corporation shall not cover expenses for health services which the corporation and the DOH consider cost ineffective through health technology assessment. The corporation may institute additional exclusions and limitations as it may deem reasonable in keeping with its protection objectives and financial sustainability. Section 39. Entitlement to benefits. Members and other dependents are entitled to avail of the benefits if either of the following is met. A. Paid premium contribution for at least 3 months within 6 months prior to the first day of availment. B. Paid in full the required premium for the calendar year. In addition, the member is not currently subject to the legal penalty of suspension as provided in Section 44 of this Act. The following need not pay the monthly contributions to the entitled to the program's benefits. A. Retirees and pensioners of SSS and GSIS prior to March 4, 1995. B. Members of Philhealth who have reached the age of retirement as provided for by law, not gainfully employed or continuing their practice as professionals. Section 40. Continuation of entitlement to benefits in case of death of member. In case of death of the member, the dependents of the deceased member shall continue to avail of the benefits for the unexpired portion of the coverage or until the end of the calendar year, whichever comes first. Section 41. Benefits of members and their dependents confined abroad. Members and their dependents shall be eligible to avail of benefits for confinement outside the country, provided that the conditions for entitlement under these rules are met and the following requirements are submitted within 180 calendar days of the date of discharge. A. Official receipt of any proof of payment. B. Certification of attending physician as to the final diagnosis, period of confinement, and services rendered. The benefits to be granted shall be paid to the member in the equivalent local rate based on Level 3 hospital category with applicable case rate payment.